China and Spain's relationship is ever evolving, with trade, infrastructure, and immigration playing huge roles. But what do the two countries hope to accomplish with Xi's visit? I pose that question to Mary Kate Donovan, an assistant professor of Spanish at Skidmore College.
I think, since the last time a Chinese president visited Spain, the relationship between the two countries has evolved enormously. On the one hand, Chinese immigration to Spain has increased over the past 10 years significantly. The Chinese migrant community is now the second largest non-European migrant community. Most of them come from the province where the Yiwu train travels between Spain and China, which means that there's now a demand for Iberian ham in Spain, which is something that I think is a product in part of the migrant cycles that have happened also between Spain and China in the recent years. There's also a large import industry in the south of Madrid in an area called Uceda. And I think you see a lot of small companies importing products from China to Spain, as well as larger scale foreign investment in multinational companies in Spain as well.
There is a new Spanish prime minister and government. What is their view of China, and where do you think that their relationship is heading?
Yeah, I think especially since the onset of the financial crisis, you've seen a lot more foreign investment in Spain from Chinese entities. And I think that that's something that we're going to see increasing. And as I mentioned before, the cultural ties that are represented in the large Chinese community in Spain and Chinese Spanish community in Spain have also meant that it's more than just a financial relationship, it's a cultural relationship as well.
Well, I want to ask you about culture in just a moment, but as you mentioned, Spain's economy continues to recover following that financial crisis. Tell us more specifically about Chinese investment there, and could we perhaps see more infrastructure projects between these two countries?
Yeah, I think that you see China investing in energy throughout Southern Europe, in Portugal and Greece, in Italy, and also Spain. In Spain, I think that you see that mostly in the solar energy industry. You also see foreign investment in Telefónica, which is one of the largest communications and technology companies in Spain. And so I think you're going to kind of see that large-scale investment in Spanish companies continue to grow as this relationship evolves.
And you mentioned culture just a moment ago, but also there's a lot of cooperation when it comes to tourism, with growth there, and in sports, including a youth football exchange. We know that young Chinese football players are going to Spain to train. How does this add to the interactions between these two countries?
Yeah, I mean, sports is a huge symbol in terms of cultural national identity. And football or soccer is definitely one of the places where you can really see the Chinese presence. You talked about youth camps within soccer and football. Also, Wang Jianlin, who's the head of Dalian Wanda, purchased 15% of the Madrid football team, Atletico. And there's also a Chinese investor owner in RDC España, which is another team out of Barcelona. So you see that interest in the entertainment industry as a huge aspect of this Chinese investment.
What do you think will be the biggest takeaway from this visit to Spain?
I think that what we've seen happening in industry, what we've seen happening on a cultural level in terms of the Chinese community in Spain, that's already started to develop a relationship and a greater awareness of China in Spain. And I think with this official visit, we're going to see those ties formalized on the government level as well.